We'll continue our tour of the North Combine, and we've come to the village of Great Ayton to visit the lofts of Marsay, Taylor and Robinson. Another up North Combine winning loft. They won the up North Combine from Aberville, and they've also had a third up North Combine and various other up North Combine terms.
Good evening, Trevor.
Good evening, Keith. Pleased to meet you.
How long have you been in the sport?
I've been in pigeons since I was about 4 or 5. Brought up with them with my granddad. The family has always had pigeons. We've always been around.
Yeah. How long have you had your partnership?
Dave came in 1970. I think it was 72. My granddad died in 70, so I was going to pack them up and took Dave in with us, and we've been in since 72, Dave and myself. Then I set my business up a few years after that, and I hadn't the time, and I was going to do them in, and we got Alan Robinson, who's not here at the moment, he's ill. He's a relation to me, like an uncle. He came in with us. So as Marsay and Taylor, we've been going since about 88. There's that partnership, but it's Marsay, Taylor and Robinson. 16 years before that was Marsay and Taylor. Yeah. You know.
What's one or two of your best positions, Trevor?
Well, we won the up North Combine from Aberville. I think it was about 15,000 pigeons. By a long way, it was about 18 yards a minute on a northeast wind. We're third a fortnight previous from Province on a real hard day. There was only about 2 pigeons in the fed on the day. That was with a Cheffon Bushart. The other one was a Bushart cross. We've been fourth from Borges, 550 mile, Cheffon Bushart. We've had 10th last year, the Youngbird National, a couple of 15s, 14s. We've had a lot of positions.
Yeah, absolutely marvellous, mate.
This pigeon here is what I call the GB cock, the Wilderminster. I bought this pigeon, I bought 6 from Gary Spavin in 1988 from Lancaster. And this pigeon is the best pigeon that I've ever owned, and I honestly believe it's the best pigeon ever been in Great Ayton. It's topped the fed, its sons are topped the feds, grandsons, grandchildren. It must be 50 winners through that pigeon since 88. Best pigeon in the club, 2 years running, only beaten by its son and then its nephews. Absolute superstar. Everything it breeds, flat wins or breeds winners.
What system was he raced on, Trevor?
Widowhood, all the time. I bought these pigeons off Gary in the view of going Widowhood. You know, he was doing so well. I had it on Busharts, and I thought I'll try a new strain in and have it lucky, because these pigeons are tremendous.
What system you racing, Trevor?
Well, since 1988 we started on the Widowhood. I flew Widowhood in 1964. That's how long I'd gone. It had 6 cocks in the middle. That's when Dave, none of them were in me. And I slaughtered them for 6 weeks. I was on a travelling job, I had to go away, and I packed it up. And then, we set up in 88, and we've never looked back. We had some good ends, and we kept them on for 2 years, but even these as yearlings, we're slaughtering them. So I just... Yeah. Well, the story, we had a channel race, and Dave wanted to pull the ends, and I said, there's yearling cocks here, I'll kill them. Pulled the ends, the cocks come, top the fed, the section, the lot. I got up 3 o'clock the next morning, I chucked all the ends in Avery, and I've never raced them since. Yeah. I couldn't sleep, I was gutted. Yeah. I chucked them all out, and since then we've just gone from strength to strength to strength, and we have some good ends. All our best young pigeons are ends every year.
Yeah. When do you pay your birds up?
Well, I've tried in December, I've tried January, I do them now February the 14th, February the 21st, somewhere like that. That pigeon is the one we call 92. He's had 10 individual wins him, including fed wins. He's the best pigeon in the Teesside fed last year. He was the best pigeon in Great Ayton 2 years running till last year, and he was beaten by one of our own again. An absolute star. He's flown 17th and 20th up North Combined out of the Folkestone Nationals. A son of his was 17th Combined last year out the National again. He's a star, absolute star. I think I'll finish him now. He's 4-year-old. This is the first year he hasn't won, but we got the pigeon pox, to the latter end of the year when we win all our races. So we had to drop them off. They didn't get the racing, but it's a brilliant pigeon.
These are your widowhood cocks, and Trevor. How many cocks do you race?
Well, we usually start the season with about 30. There's this loft. This is 18 boxes. There'll probably be 16 in here, and then we have one next door has 9, and the other end we might have a couple in there. But we usually set the season off with 30, and they're all done out like this. We paint them out glow, and we paint it out every year. I like to keep it real smart and clean and tidy, and it's like a pleasure to walk in.
Is. I'll tell you what, I love blue, like bluing a pigeon off. It really sets the pigeons off as well.
It sets them off. They look beautiful, don't they?
Yeah.
It's...
You've repaired them now that the season's finished?
Yeah, just let them go back together again, and see. That cock is what we call a province cock. He flew 3rd up North Combined out of province. I can't remember the year, it'd be 90. I think it was in 1990. Very, very hard day. The wind was bending the trees. I think it was 2 in the fed on the day, and he was 3rd Combined. He's been to France, must have been 15, 16 times. He's never had a night out. Won over £2,000. He's been an absolute star over the water. You could wait all night for him, you knew he was going to come.
These are your babies in, Trevor.
Yeah.
How much you breed each season?
Well, this year we've bred a lot. We had 85 this year to start with, and we dropped quite a few off before the racing started, gone off the loft and things like that. I think we set off racing with them 74. We've had 2 races. I think we've lost about 6. There's some we practice a down and down system with about 20 a year, which are now mixed in with these. They all run together. We keep them separate till they come off the down and down system, and then we run them all together. And
how far they race, mate?
I usually put the cocks in 1 week and then intermediate with the cocks, you know, so as I don't lose them all. But I've found if I haven't raced them right down the last couple of years, a lot of them have gone out, so as all these will go right down this year, and what's left I'll keep. That in there is another granddaughter of the Wildermish cock, the GB cock I showed you. She won the average in the Teesside Federation, which would average 5,000 pigeons a race last year on its own. Scored more points on its own. It had 2 fed wins, 2nd fed, 4th fed. It was tremendous. It was winning the hard races from Harlow, like 1100 velocities, 30, 40 yards a minute ahead of the Federation. Unbelievable. And being hen, we didn't race it this year. It just goes in a stock loft. And there was a son won off it this week. We had the first 3 out of 650 youngsters this year, and the son won off it.
This is the loft. I think it's about 50 foot long, something like that. It's like 3 lofts being put up over a time, and then to tidy it up, when I went to Widowhood, you need the corridor. I put the corridor along the front, and it used to be a flat roof before, and we tidied it up, and then, you know, being friends with Mark Walton at Gisborne, he had a pitched roof on, and he was doing well. I mean, we were always flying well. He said, you've got to do it. So as Dave and I set off one Christmas, and we put that pitched roof on it, and we've never looked back. It's been brilliant. The pitched roof and the sheets. The pigeons' conditions improved 50-60%. You know, it's 5 sections in it. It's warm, you know, it's a bit cold in the winter, but sometimes the sheets and that can come on a Friday warm. Some days it's up to nearly 100 degrees. The pigeons come like hell.
Do you keep stock pigeons, Trevor?
Yeah, we have about 20 pair of stock pigeons, which, you know, at another place we don't keep them here.
Yeah.
Well, initially I came over here in 1970 with the pigeons, and I bought some companies off Derek Smith, pair companies, and I had some Jansons through Tommy Buck, and they straight to the top. Whenever a young bird raced that first season with them pigeons, and they went on from there, and I got a pair of bush arts off Jeff Horn, who met at Derek Smith's, and you know, they mixed in, and I've had further ones off Jeff Horn, and they've been the tops, you know, really, really well. A lot of good winning for a lot of years. Then when we really tried the Widowhood, I said to Dave, I think they'll do it, but we need some more. So I looked up and I saw what Gary was winning. He was a real good friend now. I went to Gary Spavin and I bought 6 off him. And it's unbelievable what them pigeons have sent to us. They're the mainstay of our loft now, these Wildermish. Still have the bush arts, still good winners. You know, they win, but they're having a job to beat these. I've got some off Mark Walton, the good pigeons mixed in, they're winning. Definitely, but